Hey everyone, Rich from Rich TCG Bets. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. I wanted to put together a video that talks about the value of the most popular sets in Lorcana and Pokemon right now. And the three sets that I chose were Fabled on the Lorcana side, Prismatic Evolutions, and Ascended Heroes on the Pokemon side. And I wanted to see which set has more value to you, the collector, the ripper, the investor, so on and so on. So I put together some metrics. I'll talk about it a little bit more. Maybe it's a little bit biased towards one company to the other, but there's a point to it. So if you like this kind of content, hi, my name is Rich. I create Lorcana content. I use data. That's my background, and I love putting those two together. So if you like that kind of content, make sure to stick around. So let's go ahead and dive right into the numbers. So I have this table in front of us that shows the market price, which is the total set value for these sets. I have the number of cards and I have the price per card. If you know the sets really well, you can kind of put together which ones to, but I want you, before I reveal, to see like, what would you rather take? Would you rather have the set with the most set value, but the lowest price per card? Or like the lowest market price, but like a pretty average price per card, or a medium market price and the highest price per card? Just think about that. Like, what would you rather have? And as I reveal, maybe that might sway your decision. Fabled is the one with the second highest market price, but the highest price per card, because there are a lot less cards in Lorcana sets than in some Pokemon sets. So the Ascended Heroes, the reason this is so high is just because you have multiple different types of reverse holos. Same with the Prismatic. You have the Master Balls, you have the Pokeballs, etc. Ascended Heroes just has so many cards to begin with. It's over 250 unique cards, and then just the main set. Plus you have all the secret rares with the illustration rares, full art, special illustrations. So that's why the number of cards is so high on Ascended Heroes. But you can see the Fabled price per card is $25 about. Ascended Heroes 13, Prismatic closer to 15. So pretty interesting metrics to put in front of you when you break it down that way, that you actually have a lot of value in Fabled. And that makes sense because we see cards like the Pooh Honey Wizard. Literally every enchanted is taking off. And then you have the iconics, obviously the Mickey and Minnie, that are super valued. On the Ascended Hero side, you have the Pikachu and you have the Gengar and the Dragonite that are just absolutely exploding in prices, which makes sense why their market price is high. The set just came out a month or two ago, and not all the products have been released. So I do see this market price dropping significantly, but I just wanted to show where it's at right now. And we'll give Ascended Heroes its flowers for having the highest set value. But we'll give Fabled their flowers for having the highest price per card. And honestly, I'm shocked that Prismatic Evolutions is so low, because it does have the Umbreon, and it's been one of the most popular cards in all Pokemon over the last 2 years. So now let's take a look at the chase for each set. On Ascended Heroes, you have that Mega Gengar EX. On Fabled, you have the Mickey Mouse Brave Little Prince Iconic Rare. And then for Prismatic Evolutions, you do have the Umbreon EX, the Sunbreon as some call it, as the chase card. But if we take a look at the prices for each of the chase cards, Lorcana wins again. Not only does it have the hardest pull rates, and the pull rates, I'll be transparent, for Lorcana was very hard to find. I saw 1,500, I saw 1,700, I saw some people say 2,000, but everything that I was seeing online was 1,500 to 1,700. So I just took the average and put 1,600. So no one really knows, and we don't have enough data because not enough packs are being opened and they're just so infrequent. Whereas for SIRs, people are ripping Pokemon a lot more. So we have a lot more concrete data. So Lorcana wins as far as the market price goes, $1,700, $1,717.57, so $1,700.17. Wow, I cannot talk. $1,717.57 for the Brave Little Prince. There we go, at number one. At number two, you have the Umbreon at $1,475.53. And at number three, you have the Mega Gengar EX at $1,279.54. It's been taking off lately, but like I said, I think it's going to go down in the next month or so as we get some more product. but interesting to see that the Mickey Mouse is the hardest to pull, followed by the Gengar and then the Umbreon. What about pack or price per pack? So first off, I want to say these three are some of my favorite pack arts for all of Lorcana and Pokemon. Lorcana especially, I just love the white look, and then having this pack in particular, having a Goofy movie, one of my favorite all-time movies. I watched that movie all the time we were road tripping, which is funny because you have the road tripping aspect of that movie too. But I just love that, which is why I chose this art. But Ascended Heroes has Mewtwo, Charizard, Lucario, Dragonite, Pikachu, like some of the most popular cards in Pokemon. You even have Ho in the background. And then Prismatic, obviously the evolutions, they're amazing in itself. But what is the price per pack for these three sets? So again, Prismatic's been out the longest for just over a year. Lorcana, Fabled is coming up on a year, I want to say in July or August. And Ascended Heroes has been 2 months. But we do see Prismatic Evolutions, the older set, prevailing at almost $13, so $12.92 per pack. At number 2, we have Ascended Heroes, $12.38 per pack. Again, I can see it dropping. And then Fabled at $11.87 per pack, which is pretty mind-blowing that a set that is not even a year old on the Lorcana side is pushing $12 a pack, which is more than doubled MSRP. MSRP is $5 a pack. If you buy a booster box at 144, 24 packs for that is $5 a pack. Actually, is it $6? Let me do a quick math really quick. It's $6 a pack, sorry. So it's basically doubled in less than a year, which is pretty crazy for Lorcana standards. That's pretty normal for Pokemon for a great set, but for Lorcana, that's pretty mind-blowing. So when we compare all of these metrics, price per pack, overall set value, price per card, chase, which set does the best out of the three? And the numbers are right here. At number 1, with a score of 1.75, you want your score closer to 1. That's the best score. Worst score is 3. At 1.75, we have Fabled coming in first in both price per card and highest card, so like the biggest chase. Second in set price, and third in price per pack. Prismatic only coming in first in price per pack, second in price per card and highest card, and then third at set price. Ascended Heroes being the number 1 set price, coming in second in price per pack, and then in last in price per card, and then highest card. What does this tell you at the end of the day? Is Lorcana better than Pokemon? No, Pokemon's been around forever. It's going to be king for a very long time, and it's going to take a lot for Lorcana or any sort of TCG to overtake that for a long period of time. They might overtake it for a couple months, like we saw One Piece maybe overtake Pokemon for a few months, but it didn't last too long. But the main point that I wanted to prove with making this video is that Lorcana is up there. You know, it's no longer like just the new kid on the block or, oh yeah, that's Lorcana, it's trash, don't even think about it. It's actually worth investing, it's worth opening, and it's worth collecting. And this shows you when you put Fabled up against 2 of the most popular sets that have come out in the last 2 years. And also, I didn't include 151 because that set's small. And so set value is pretty low. The chase cards are pretty low. Like 151 would have gone last in every category. So just know that Fabled does much better than 151 too. But I just wanted to prove that with data, with some biased data, that Fabled is up there. And I say biased data because I chose the categories that they would be going up against. But at the same time, people are looking at price per pack to rip it. People are looking at what is the chase card? What is the overall set value for the set? Knowing that if I don't pull the chase, can I still get some value from there? And Fabled and Lorcana check all these boxes when comparing against Prismatic and Ascended Heroes. And so I just wanted to open up everyone's eyes that, hey, Fabled is out here and it's doing really well against your most popular Pokemon sets. But let me know, am I too biased in my opinions, or does this make a lot of sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments, and till then, I'll see you guys in the next video.